Hey gang, Andy here. I know you've all probably heard about it by now, multiple times, multiple places, but I'm excited because last night, in an announcement that took down the website, Marvel.com released news that Marvel Entertainment and Sony Pictures had come to an agreement, and Spider-Man will be coming home to appear for the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Captain America Civil War movie. That is so freaking exciting. The deal, they released some of the specifics of it. Some they didn't release, they didn't tell everything. They did call it New Spider-Man, so that tends to imply to me that Andrew Garfield's probably out, which honestly I'm happy for. I didn't like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I thought he was creepy. I've said this before on multiple occasions. What now? That was followed up today by an announcement by Marvel Entertainment that about 4 of its movies that they had previously announced are going to be delayed a little. I'm hoping that means that they're going to go and give him a little, they're going to be able, now that Spider-Man's going to be involved, to give a little more interest or a little more attention to this Spider-Man Civil War, Captain America Civil War movie. They might even, I'm thinking they're even going to rename it. I wouldn't be surprised if they just called it Civil War or called it Spider-Man Civil War or Avengers Civil, probably not Avengers Civil War because they've got Age of Ultron this year and that's supposed to be next year or the year after, so but there are some people. Now, okay, that also means that Marvel Studios is going to help produce, I think they said 4 more Spider-Man movies that Sony will distribute. And Marvel's Kevin Feige and then Amy Pascal, who was basically one of the key people in getting the original Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies started 13 years ago. They're going to be co-producing co-producing the film for Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures. I'm excited. I think you should be excited too. I have heard some people who said, that they think that this could be bad for Marvel moviegoers going forward because there's speculation that, if Marvel had had Spider-Man or had had the Fantastic Four or the XMen franchises, that they wouldn't have done movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy, for instance. Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously a lot less well-known than the X-Men, than Spider-Man, than the Fantastic Four. I don't agree with that necessarily. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe we might not have got like a Doctor Strange movie, So there is some credence to those claims. There is, but I think Marvel would have eventually done it because, you can only do the same. Well, in the case of Fox and the X-Men, they can do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they don't have to appeal to the fans. They just have to appeal to the what's the word here? The fair weather fans, the folks that'll go see it if it's a big movie, but don't really care if it has anything to do with the comics. Unfortunately, that's becoming the key demographic in these movies now. But the fact that we've got a very loyal fan base and a creative team that understands that and is willing to go there, it's a good thing. I know Marvel's summer event coming up, Secret War, or Secret Wars. Keep forgetting if it's pluralized or not. They've talked about how the Marvel Universe, the 616, and the Ultimate Marvel Universe, which I think is 1610, were we're going to crash together and join the other destroyed universes in the storyline that's been going on in Avengers with all the incursions of multiple universes where one gets destroyed and one or both get destroyed and some of the Illuminati, secret members of the Avengers and superheroes that have been going out and destroying other Earths to save their own. I've heard that they were kind of going to use that to de-emphasize 616 Spider-Man and perhaps use Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man in the Civil War movie in Peter's place. Luckily I love Miles Morales. I didn't read Ultimate Spider-Man until it became Miles Morales. And I don't really read regular Spider-Man, so love Miles, but in the cinematic sense, it needed to be Peter. Peter, introducing Miles Morales into the cinematic universe and saying he's Spider-Man would just confuse people, and I think it wouldn't have been a bad move. I don't think they would have gone there, but you never know. Anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know. I'm rambling because I'm excited. I don't know what that's all about. Hands talking. Hands. Okay, good. So anyway, that's I'm excited about it. I think you should be excited about it. I know this pushes back the Sinister Six movie that Sony was going to do in continuity with their Andrew Garfield Spider-Man series, which fine by me because, like I say, didn't like the Andrew Garfield. I'd be glad to see him go. I mean, I have nothing against Andrew Garfield. I think he's a great actor, but his version of Spider-Man creeped me out. You go back and watch the first Amazing Spider-Man. Anytime you see Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson together, I get a really bad vibe, and I feel like someone should be there to protect Mary Jane. Not Mary Jane Watson. It's Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy. Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy. Anytime you see those two together, I keep getting a feeling like somebody needs to be there to protect Gwen from Peter, and that's bad. That's not a feeling you should have for Peter Parker. Peter Parker is the everyman. He's the geek. He's the science kid. And that's why he's so important to the Civil War story in the comics, and in the movies as well, I think. So I'm excited about it. I think that if this works out, and I think it will, maybe we'll see Fox, taking a second look at what they're doing and maybe thinking, hey, if we work things out with Marvel, join their cinematic universe. Excuse me. Forget the garbage we've been doing in the XMen movies, which, oh boy. It may be, maybe they'll get convinced that things are good in the cohesive universe of the MCU. I mean, it's got to be better than what DC's doing, right? Oh, also, found out something fun. Not Spider-Man related, Marvel related, but not directly. You want to go to MODOKGREY, modokgrey.tumblr.com. It's 50 Shades of MODOK. Kind of a parody of the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing, but with MODOK in the male lead role. I've only read a little bit of it, but it's creepy and hilarious at the same time. Give it a shot. If not safe for work. Not safe for work at all. There was an F-bomb like the first sentence of one article or one posting on it I read. So, not safe for work. Don't watch it at work. I'm excited and geeking out and freaking out and talking with my hands a lot. I've got to let you go because this is getting into 10 minutes. Goodbye!